Let's talk to Conservative MP Daniel Kaczynski, who joins me. And I just wonder what your take is on the appointments you've heard about so far.
Well, I think first impressions count a huge amount, and Theresa May has shown two things. One is her steely resolve, her leadership, her ability to stamp her authority on the new government, but also the fact that she understands and means that Brexit means Brexit. There were some of us in the Conservative Parliamentary Party who were worried about supporting a leader who had campaigned for Remain. She has shown very unequivocally, in fact, that she's going to respect the wishes of the British people and implement Brexit in the most speedy and appropriate way. So I'm very encouraged, and I think she will make a very good new Prime Minister.
You talk about the most appropriate way in terms of Brexit. So what will the dynamic be between David Davis and of course, Boris Johnson?
Well, that we will have to wait and see how that pans out. But I mean, David Davis is also an extremely seasoned politician who obviously stood to be leader of the Conservative Party in 2005 when I was first elected. Somebody who has enormous respect across the whole of the Conservative Parliamentary Party because of his experience and because of his political convictions. It's very regrettable that Mr. Cameron didn't utilise his skills in the previous government. I'm very pleased that Theresa May has brought him back in. And again, it accentuates this whole theme that we are now moving towards a very profound period of negotiation with our European allies to make sure that this Brexit negotiation is as mutually respectful and mutually beneficial as possible. Can I also say that we've just returned from Paris, the Foreign Affairs Select Committee, where we engaged with our French counterparts to try to explain Brexit and the rationale of Brexit. You would have been very pleased with the way in which we were treated in the French Parliament and the determination of the French to engage with us and to work with us on very productive bilateral relations following their understanding and respect for the wishes of the British people.
Well, perhaps you could expand on that. I mean, they may not sympathise with with the whole Brexit idea, but was there a sneaking admission that they understood what it was about?
Absolutely, and French politicians are obviously very different to bureaucrats in Brussels. These are politicians who understand some of the pressures that fellow politicians are under, and they understand about the democratic processes and the respecting what the people ultimately say in the referendum. What was fascinating during the course of our discussions with them yesterday is that they acknowledge that they have a trading surplus with the United Kingdom of over £12 billion a year. That is a staggering amount, and it obviously creates a huge amount of jobs and prosperity for France at a time when France is going through a very difficult economic period. So, and by the way, also the United Kingdom benefits from massive inward investment from French companies. In my own constituency of Shrewsbury, Veolia has just invested over £20 million in an energy from waste facility. So, you know, these our two countries are very mutually independent on trade, and we want to get back to an entente cordiale of understanding and promoting dialogue on trade without us being basically the surly lodger. We are now going to be a good neighbour rather than the surly lodger that we have been over the last 40 years as members of the European Union.
Crucial, of course, are going to be the terms of Brexit. Did they have anything to say about that balance between trade and, of course, freedom of movement?
Well, of course, there will be very extensive discussions about the French wanting to protect their 450,000 French citizens who are living in the United Kingdom, and us obviously wanting to protect the 2 million Britons who are living in other European Union countries. There is a huge amount of negotiation which is going to take place over the coming weeks, days and months. But David Davis is a profound appointment in this ministry, as is, by the way, Liam Fox. I'm delighted, as somebody who spent most of my career in exports before becoming a Member of Parliament, I'm delighted that Theresa May has now created a department for international trade. There will be trade-offs and there will be a huge amount of bargaining and negotiation that is taking place. But I think, and I have have confidence following our visit to Paris yesterday. I think that the negotiations will be held in a spirit of goodwill, tolerance and understanding. We'll have to wait and see how things develop, but certainly from my discussions with the Poles this morning and with the French yesterday, given the standing of the United Kingdom internationally and our unique position in the world, many of these countries, our friends and allies in the European Union, want to engage in the discussions in a very mutually productive and positive way. So some Operation Fear, when we were being told that these countries won't want to engage with us and we will be at the back of a queue for trading organizations, I'm afraid that was a lot of spin. The reality is these countries want to engage with us and want a new mutually beneficial relationship with us.
Daniel Kuczynski, I'm most grateful for your time. Thank you very much for that.
You.